I've been hiking alone for years. It's my thing. Whenever life gets too loud, I just grab my gear, pick a trail, and disappear for a while. Last fall, I went to the Swiss Alps. Nothing fancy, just me, a map, and some time off work. On my third day, weather turned quick. Mist rolled in like a blanket, thick enough to erase the sun. I should have turned back, but I saw something through the fog, a flicker of a yellow light, like a lantern, so I followed it. Eventually, the fog parted, and I found this little village nestled in the valley. Stone houses, narrow paths, and that quiet stillness you only get in remote places. A couple people waved at me like they'd been expecting someone. It felt weirdly warm, like walking into a memory I didn't know I had. They didn't speak much English, but one old lady gestured for me to stay. She gave me soup, showed me a room upstairs. I was too tired to say no. I figured I'd stay the night and head out morning. Here's where it gets weird. No one had a phone. No lights, just candles. No modern stuff at all. It felt off but charming, like a time capsule. I fell asleep fast. When I woke up, the window was wide open. Snow had drifted in. And the whole village, gone, not quiet. Not empty, gone. Where there had been houses, there was just trees and rocks and untouched snow. No footprints. No signs of fire or people or even broken twigs. Like nothing was ever there. But here's the thing, I wasn't in my tent. I woke up on an old stone foundation, like a house used to stand there 100 years ago. My backpack was right beside me, and next to it, the same bowl the old woman had given me, still warm. I stumbled back down the mountain in shock. When I got to the main town, I asked around about the village. They looked at me weird, said no such place ever existed up there. Never had. I showed them the bowl. The innkeeper's face went pale. She said her grandmother used to tell stories about a village that appears only in heavy fog and takes in travelers who are too lost to find their way home. Most people don't come back. I don't hike alone anymore. I was an exchange student in Japan, trying to pick up credits and not lose my mind in a new country. Everything was cool, clean dorm, friendly locals, weirdly good vending machines. But I had this one problem. All the classes I wanted were full except one. It was called Contemporary History Evening Session. I didn't even see it listed online before, but my advisor swore it was legit. So I signed up. Class was at 9 p.m. in the oldest building on campus. The kind of place with creaky floors, flickering lights, and way too many spiderwebs. I figured it added to the charm. I was the only foreigner, but the students were chill, quiet, polite, never really talked much. The professor was this pale, stiff guy who spoke so softly I could barely hear him. But the lectures were fascinating, like goosebumps. Good, except something felt off. No one ever showed up early. No one ever left together. And when class ended, they all just kind of vanished. 1 minute the room was full. Next thing I knew, I was locking the door by myself. Then one night, I stayed late to ask the professor a question. I blinked and he was gone, like vanished. No footsteps, no door creak, just empty space. My heart was pounding. I chalked it up to stress. Maybe I zoned out, but it kept happening. One night, I tried filming the lecture on my phone. When I watched it later, the room was empty, completely. Just me sitting there, talking to no one. I freaked out and went to the admin office. They told me there's no night classes in that building. Haven't been for years, not since the fire. What fire? They pulled an old article from the archives. 10 years ago, a professor and his class stayed late for a lecture. The building caught fire. No one made it out. They say it was ruled an accident, but no one really knows how it started. I asked them to show me the list of students. My name was on it, and I swear, haven't signed anything that official since arriving. Needless to say, I dropped that class. But sometimes late at night, I still get notifications on my phone. Lecture reminder, 9 p.m. tonight. I block the number, but it always comes back. I work long-haul trucking across North America. Mostly solo routes, just me, my rig, and miles of empty highway. Unused to weird stuff on the road, but this one trip still messes with my head. I got assigned a new route through northern Canada. Some oil company needed supplies delivered to a site out in the sticks. The guy handing me the paperwork said, "The road's weird. Don't stop. Don't take turns." I thought he was joking. The GPS showed one long straight road through dense forest. No intersections, no towns. Just point A to point B. Very simple. At first, it was fine. Trees on both sides. Asphalt smooth as butter. But about 2 hours in, I realized something was off. The road wasn't changing. No bumps, no dips. Even the trees looked the same. Identical, like copy-paste. Then I looked at the clock. 3 a.m. Weird? I thought, because it was 2:47 not even 10 minutes ago. An hour later, still 3 a.m. I pulled over, confused, thinking my dashboard was glitching. That's when the radio dead silent until now crackled to life. A voice whispered, "Keep going." I shut it off. I hit the gas, drove faster, but the scenery didn't change. No curves, no wildlife, no sign of civilization. Just endless blacktop and that same freaking time on the dash. At one point, I saw headlights behind me. I was relieved finally, another driver. I blinked. The lights were gone. Nothing in my mirrors. Then the radio came on again. Same whisper. Only now it said, "Don't look back." I didn't, not even once. 6 more hours. Still 3 a.m. My fuel gauge never moved. My stomach growled, but I didn't feel hungry. I started wondering if I was stuck in some kind of loop or dream. Or hell, then, without warning, the forest broke. I passed under a steel arch with the oil company's name on it. Bright lights, people, real voices. I checked my clock. 9:42 a.m., just like that. I told the foreman what happened. He didn't even blink. Just said, "Some drivers don't make it out. They keep driving till they're out of gas or worse." He looked me dead in the eye and said, "Some start turning around, looking back. That's when the road keeps them." I still take solo routes sometimes. But I never drive that stretch again, and I never check the rear view mirror at 3 a.m.